7th of May, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi. Ah, Mayor.
Aye.
Ah, ah, ah. Oh.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm sorry I was a bit late. Let's go. Okay. We have to Pasuk Vov. Then if we did the Rashi on Pasuk Vov, did we read Pasuk Vov? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
No,
I
we
think
didn't.
that's what-
We finished, hay.
Right. Okay. I think it's actually your turn, Mayor. Pasuk Vov.
Okay.
We continue on the theme where it says, "V'chisis b'chuzevach shlomim l'Hashem," when you sacrifice, slaughter a sacrifice of peace offering to Hashem, "Li'utzoinechem tizbachu," you shall slaughter it that it should be accepted for you. Okay? And Rashi says, and this is what this Pasuk Vav is going to fill in on what the L'Utzoinechem tizbachu means.
Okay. B'yom zivachachem yeachel. So it is eaten on your day.
No, on the day, b'yom, on the
Oh,
day
b'yom, on the day your slaughter, you shall eat it, I guess.
it shall be eaten.
It shall be eaten.
It shall be eaten.
Okay. And it says, let me see.
Umi macharas.
Oh, I don't. Oh, hold it. That's the
Pasuk.
pasuk. I'm sorry, I was doing the Rashi. Okay, so let's see. Yom zebachem yechel mecharat v'hanotar ad yom hashlishi. So what it has to be eaten by the
On that
next
day,
day.
on the day of its slaughtering, umi macharas, and on the following day, on the
Okay,
morrow, as you'd say.
and that remains on the third day. Oh, ba'esh yisaref, shall burn it in fire.
Right.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so Rashi says, "B'yom zivachachem yeachel." Okay, so it is eaten on
Shall be eaten on the day of
that it
your
was
sacrificing it.
a sacrifice. Okay, kishet tisbechuhu. Okay, when you slaughter it, tishchatuhu. You slaughter it. Let's see, alminat zman zeh. What with the intention of this period, this
right.
time. Okay.
And you should shecht it, you should slaughter it with the intention of eating it in the prescribed time.
Oh, in the prescribed time. Okay. Shetzarich sheyitkaven lishchot. Okay, and have that it's required to have.
And you skipped it. You went back a line, I believe.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Okay. So shezibachuhu hishtachuhu. Okay, alminatzman zeh, with the on the condition of this time period, shekavati lachem kivar. That kavati I fixed. Oh, I already fixed for you.
Yeah.
Ah.
Meaning, so Rashi's saying, in other words, it sounds like that from the pasuk's telling you what time period may you eat it, and if you leave over, what should you do? if you leave it over to the third day, then you should burn it in fire. But Rashi's adding in, no, that's not the meaning here. I mean, it may be the meaning as well, but the main thrust of what the meaning is that when, following on from the previous passage, when you sacrifice, we slaughter a sacrifice of peace offering for Hashem, it shall be sacrificed, it shall be slaughtered to be accepted for you. And how so? That you should have in mind to eat it in the prescribed time, i.e., to be eating it on that day of the sacrificing it and on the following day, but no later. That's Rashi. Tishchetu al manos zman zeh shekavati lachem kvar. Okay?
Right.
And also, similarly, the next pasuk is also going to be understand on this same theme. Okay, let's do the next pasuk, Lou.
Ve'im hey achol ye achel b'yom hashlishi pigul hu lo ye ratzeh. So, but if it will be eaten
On the third day,
on the third day. Why does it say Ye'achel twice?
that means, well, we'll see from Rashi, because the meaning of the pasuk is not that actually it will be eaten on the third day, but the pshat is that it will be, when it's the time of sacrificing it, it will be sacrificed with the intention of eating it on the third day. Then the din is pigul hu lo yerotze.
Oh, I see. So if it will be eaten intentionally on the third day,
Already, no, it was slaughtered with the intention of eating it on the third day.
Then pigul, it's invalid. Who? It is invalid.
So actually, Rashi uses it. Rashi explains. We'll see soon. The Rashi explains pigul's meaning as actually a much stronger term. It's abominable. It's despicable. Lo yerotzeh, it will not be accepted.
It's not desirable.
Right.
It's not pleasing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it means. It will not be accepted as a korban. Now, the reason why Chazal explained it this way, that this pasuk is not actually referring to eating it on the third day, but referring to when at the time of sacrificing it, of shechting it, it was done with the intention of eating it on the third day. The reason why Chazal explained that way is because, this is what is mentioned in the Gemara, that it's not something logical that if the time of sacrifice, everything was fine, and he shechted it in the right way, and he offered up he sprinkled the blood on the altar in the same way, in the right way, and he brought the required parts of the animal to be burnt up on the mizbeach, on the altar, in the correct way. And then 2 days later, right, he eats it out beyond the time limit. So you know what? Whoops! Right, you blew the whole thing, and your korban didn't count for nothing. Mora says that's not something which is logical. Right, that if a person, when he offered up the korban, everything was good and fine, and because he's now going to eat it beyond the time he actually was allowed to, then he's blown the whole korban, and his korban's not going to be accepted anymore. Mora says we cannot entertain such a svara, such a line of thought. So says the Chazal, if it means, as the pasuk says over here, pigul hu lo yerotzeh, the animal's not going to be accepted, it means that something at the time of offering the korban, offering the sacrifice, that at that time something was wrong, that's going to make it pigul. So what does that mean with regard to eating it on the third day? Means that when it was shechted, it was shechted with the intention of eating it on the third day. It was shechted with the wrong intention. That's blown the korban. Okay? Then such a korban will not be accepted. Okay, that's basically how the Gemara explains this. Okay?
All right, so Rashi says, im eno inyan, if it is not applicable, lachutz lis mano, to the thought of eating it beyond its time, shaharei kavar ne'emar, for then see that it has been said already, V'im he'achel ye'achel mi basar zevach shlamav v'gomer.
Right.
And if there will be eaten some of the flesh of his peace offering, etc., to nehu inyan lechutz limit komo, learn it as applying to the thought of eating it outside of his designated place. Yachol yi'u chayavin kares. One might be able to think that they deserve kares, al achilaso, for eating it. Talmud Lomar, the Torah teaches us, v'hanefesh ha'ocheles mimenu ona tisa, that the soul that eats it shall bear its sin. Mimenu, of it, velo me chavero, but not of that which is related to it. Yatsa ha-nishchat b'machsheves chutz limkol mo, that which has been slaughtered with the thought of outside its place has thus left the category of that which is punished by kores.
Okay?
I'm not sure I follow what he just said.
One second. Okay? Yocha yu chayovin kores al achilosoi. Talmud lema v'nefesh ha'ocheles mimenu habeinu tisa. Mimenu v'lo mechavero. Yotza nishchat b'machsheves chutz limkoyim. So let me explain as follows. There's another form of disqualified thought when shechting the korban. There's two things. That any korban, any particular korban, has to be eaten in the prescribed time. There's another point that it also has to be eaten in the prescribed place.
Right.
For instance, kodshe kodshim, those types of sacrifices which on the higher level of kedusha, like a chatos or an osham, okay. So even though they may be eaten, but they have to be eaten within the confines of the courtyard of the Beis Hamikdash. Okay, that is toicha azora. Okay, other types of korbanos have to be eaten within the confines of Yerushalayim.
Mhm.
Okay, those are what's called kodshim kalim, lighter forms of holy food. Okay, of holy sacrifices. Okay, so those, so the pasuk actually uses the words that if he has intention to eat it beyond the time. Now, this is an interesting concept, which I have to admit to you it's difficult to understand, because l'chora, it sounds like the Torah wrote one thing and it really meant something else. Okay, but okay, I'm not going to go into the exactly how we explain it that way. But Lamais is as follows. It says in two places that any particular sacrifice has to be sacrificed with the intention of eating it at the right time. And if it's sacrificed or slaughtered with the intention of eating it beyond its time, then it's called pigul. Pigul hu lo yerotze. And both psukim are referring to slaughtering the animal and with the intention of eating it beyond its time. So Rashi says over here, you don't need two psukim to tell me that. So I tell you, you know what? One pasuk is like superfluous, is extra to tell me that not just is it forbidden to slaughter an animal with the intention of eating it beyond its time, and if you do so, it disqualifies the korban, but huadin, if you shach the korban with the intention of eating it out beyond its place, means outside the prescribed place, it's also disqualified.
Got
So
it.
that's what Rashi means. Which was previously in Parsha's Tzav. So say this law applies to chutz l'mkoimo as well.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay,
Now,
so pigul.
1 second, we haven't finished it. So now, but Rashi then says, Yochel, where you up to? Yochel yu chayav in koros al achilasoi? That's where you're up to?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's continue from there.
Okay. Talmud Lomar, the Torah teaches us, therefore, the hanefesh he'ocheles mimenu ona tisa. The soul that eats of it shall bear its sin. So that's the second pasuk.
Right.
Mimenu, of it, velo mechavero, but not that which is related to it. Yatsa hanishchat b'machsheves chutz le'mikomo. That which has been slaughtered with the thought of outside its place has thus left the category of that which is punished by kares. That sentence I don't understand.
Yeah, he's saying as follows. I might think if somebody shechts an animal, shechs a sacrifice, with the intention of eating it beyond its place, not in the prescribed place, okay, that if he later, subsequently goes and eats the animal, this sacrifice, then he will he will get kores for eating it, as it says in the next pasuk with regard to him. And that's referring to eating it beyond its time. But that also, I might think it also applies to eating it outside of its prescribed place. Talmud Leima in Parshas Tzav, Nefesh ha'ocheles mimenu avono tisa. The soul that eats of it, he will bear its sin. Mimenu v'lo mechabeiro. Dafka from it, i.e., that which was shechted to eat beyond its time, and not mechabeiro from a similar thing with that which was shechted to be eaten beyond its place, outside its place.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, Yotza, this excludes Hanishkat Machshavas Chutz Limkoimoi, that if even though he's forbidden to do that, he's forbidden to eat it, okay, but nevertheless, if he does eat it, he's not going to be punished by Kores, but he will be punished only by he'll be punished by Malchus Pashtas. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be the punishment for such a thing. I'm not sure. Okay. Right.
Okay, so pigul,
Yeah.
the word pigul means to av. I'm sorry, misoav, repulsive,
Right.
misoav. Not familiar with that word.
Service
It's toeva. Toeva.
Right, right.
Okay, so kamo, like umerak pe gulim ke lehem. It's like pigulim in the phrase, and the gravy of that which is repulsive is in their vessels. That's a quote from Isaiah.
Yeah.
So the meat is an abomination.
Correct. It's very interesting. Technically, this sacrifice had the potential of being something very holy, right? And
Yeah.
now, because he was written in the wrong place, he's like totally blown it. It's not only not holy, but it becomes something abominable, despicable.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Fine, let's continue.
That's the end of Pasuk 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go on to Pasuk. That was under Pasuk 7. Let's go on to Pasuk 8. Let's do, I think we have a bit of time. Yeah. Pasuk 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
V'yochlav avono yisa ki et kodesh Hashem chilel v'nikrata hanefesh hahi me'ameha. Okay, so let's see. One who eats it, I guess, love, does a sin because it is holy to Hashem and is profaned it. Oh, okay. V'nikrataha nefesh ahi me'ameha. And the soul will be cut off from its people.
Yeah.
Okay, Rashi. Avyachlav avono yisa. Okay, so whoever eats it will sin. Okay. You know, Targum Moore Hakatu Midaber. Okay. So let's see, Binotaga more. So complete notar that's left over.
Right.
Okay, he's written in this verse. Okay.
Now, it's Rashi says, because you got over here, so that's Pigul Hu Lo Yorotze is referring to it was slaughtered with the intention of eating it on the third day. Now Rashi says, one who eats it, he will bear his sin. He has profaned the holy items of Hashem. And he's going to get chorus. So Rashi says, right? Who's eating what? Those who eat it. So Rashi says, we're not referring to somebody who shechted it with the intention of eating it on the third day, because as we mentioned previously, Rashi said, the fact he's going to get kores for eating it beyond the time is already mentioned. So with the intention of eating it beyond the time, and then subsequently he was going to shech the sacrifice and eat of that sacrifice, he's going to get kores. We already know from Parsha's Tzav, as Rashi quoted before. So what's this pasuk telling me? That there's kores for eating it is referring to benoisa gomo hakosim medaber. Pasuk speaking about noisa gomo, meaning actually the sacrifice was left beyond the time. Some of the meat was not eaten. Not everything was eaten at the right time. Okay,
right.
Then such meat is somebody who eats such meat will get chorus as well. Okay, that's what Rashi says. This pasuk is referring to that if he ate something which was actually meat, which was actually left over to the third day, if he eats it, somebody eats it, he's going to get chorus for eating it. But he will not get kores for having shechted it al das to eat it beyond its place, outside its prescribed place. Because the Torah has already excluded it from getting kores. As Rashi mentioned at the end of the Rashi before. Okay, so that doesn't, shechting it with the intention of eating outside the prescribed place and then subsequently eating the meat of such an animal will not be chorus. This pasuk is talking about Menesa Gomo Medaber, Meseches Krisus Lamdu Migzeira Shava. And in Meseches Krisus, they learned it out from Migzeira Shava. I'll go upon him. These psukim actually are prime examples of the way Chazal learned out psukim, where ostensibly, right, on the outside it looks as if the meaning of the pasuk is A, and with the wisdom of Chazal and comparing this pasuk to other psukim, etc., it'll come out that the meaning of the pasuk is B. Okay?
Very good.
Okay, I think we'll stop here.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, this is the end of the coaching bit. And tomorrow, Rosh Chodesh, we will start Pasuk Tes. Okay?
And Rabbi, I presume that we're just continuing now into the Zman with the same schedule.
Correct.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Very good. Have a great day.
Okay, very good. Have a good day, Rabbi.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Be well, Lou.
Okay, see you, Mayor.